Good morning. It's Randy Tieber, July 4th, 2020. It is sunrise in Arizona. Gonna be a hot one today. It's about 85 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning. Kind of surprised there's a lot of traffic out this early. I guess it's a holiday weekend. People are trying to get out of town. I'm hoping not to run into too much traffic this early. Close my vape. Pretty soon it's going to be the usual Arizona scorcher heat. Anyway, I didn't vlog last week. I was out of town. My wife and I got out of town on a very rare, just the two of us trip. We went up to Williams, Arizona. If you follow my Instagram, I put up a couple pictures, but most of the time we just kind of relaxed and drank a few beers and enjoyed northern Arizona. We enjoyed northern Arizona up to the point where we came down Highway 87. There is a fire on 87. It was called the Bush Fire. It probably made national news. It burned 193,000 acres. And I am really heartbroken to report that a lot of the area that I have shown you folks on there is gone. It is burned. It followed the fire. This is another human caused thing. Personally like to get a hold of that son of a bitch and beat the snot out of him for destroying the beauty of this Arizona desert. Mount Ord, which I've shown you before, is literally a moonscape. It looks like it was nuclear bombed. It's gone. It's just completely gone. All the areas, one of the rest areas that I stop at, a trailhead, that's where the fire jumped the road and burned. And it's literally 40 miles down 87 that it's burned. It burned some areas there that I have seen my whole life. And I don't know, I might get out that way and do a video. I'm not sure I'm going to do it today. This is kind of a fresh wound to me. So I'm just trying to get out and do a little bit of riding this morning before it gets brutal hot. Anyway, but the burned area is it's pretty much heartbreaking. Other than that, you know, life goes on. The COVID thing has hit Arizona really hard. We're headed toward another lockdown. They're trying to, I guess they're trying to avoid it, or they're trying to avoid reality. There's still people out there that think this is a big hoax. Well, you know what, folks? Educate yourself. It's not a hoax, it's real. And I'd like to think that my followers are intelligent, and I believe that they are intelligent and informed people. And as much as I hate wearing a mask, I think it may be, I don't know maybe about it, I think it is necessary right now, if nothing else, to protect you against the people who do not subscribe to the theory that we're in a pandemic. All I can say, people, is the news is not all fake. It has been maybe over-reported, but you know, when there's something like this going on, it's going to get reported to death. So whatever your political feelings, this is science, this is reality, this is medical science, it's reality. So enough of my soapbox. I hate wearing a mask, but you know what? I'll do it if it keeps me safe. You know, fortunately, work is still going along. We're quite busy at work. We've done well, and that's going along well. Yeah, the sky's starting to turn yellow over the Four Peaks right now, so in just a few minutes we're going to have this big glowing yellow orb we call the sun. And was kind of hoping we get some monsoon activity here this weekend. As you can tell, there's not a cloud anywhere, so it's pretty unlikely. It's that time of year. Anytime now it could happen, and we hope it happens, because last year we didn't get much rain, and we need the rain, you know, if nothing else, to put out these ridiculous, horrible fires that we've been having all over the state of Arizona and all over the West, for that matter. Changed the grips here last weekend. I got these Harley Dominion grips. They're kind of a knobbly rubber looking thing, and so far it feels pretty good. They're kind of soft and squeezy. I like that. If I get too much metal in my grips, they tend to make my hands ache after a while. So we're trying them out. This is the first ride with those. You know, I didn't get to ride the bike last weekend, so for much, except for one evening, and so this is the peace offering to keep my motorcycle happy and functional and loving me. So, JP, I saw your video on the reckless fairing, and I think I pulled the trigger on that one myself. Looks really good. I will have all the advantages of a bagger without all of the extra 200 pounds of weight. It's going to take some time to get here, I'm told. They quote 4 to 6 weeks, but it's all handmade in, I believe it's Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee, by Americans. That's good. So we'll see how that comes out. I think it's going to be pretty wonderful. I don't need the radio or anything. I've got the sound, the music of Harley-Davidson exhaust. So I don't really like looking through my windshield, and it's just right at the height where I can sort of, if I stretch up, I can see completely over it, but I'm kind of half looking through it, and I've never liked that. So I should be able to just look over a 5-inch windshield and still get the wind protection, and that's going to be kind of cool. So at any rate, is rolling down the 202 this morning, and traffic has lightened up. I don't know why it was so busy coming out of downtown at 5 o'clock in the morning. I didn't see any vehicles all loaded up with camping gear and stuff, so most people had yesterday off. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I had yesterday off, but had to get the old eyeballs checked again. It's been 2.5 years since I had the cataract surgery, and had to follow my prescription changed a little bit, and so I'm getting some new glasses here when they come in a couple weeks, and got to keep on top of that, you know. And so, but you know, I think it was time. My other glasses are getting a little scratched up, and being having had the cataract surgery, you can't use polarized lenses when you look through a windshield or the face shield on your motorcycle, because it gets this weird shimmering color look. I don't know if you've ever had. It's hard to describe, really. I call it kind of a kaleidoscope effect. And so this, you know, getting the non-polarized takes care of that. But I got an anti-glare coating for these, so that that should help something with the glare. I still have a bit of glare issues, even though my cataracts are gone. But the glare is a bit of a problem for me at times, especially at night. Anyway, this is Randy T-Bird. I'm going to sign out for now, and I will be back with more video here a little bit later. Hope you're enjoying your 4th of July. We'll talk to you in a little while. Hey, Randy T-Bird. I'm back again. The sun now is just coming up behind Red Mountain here. Not sure exactly what time it is. I think it's maybe 5:20, 5:25. It's going to be bright, very bright soon, but kind of gets a cool silhouette here against the mountain. It's out riding. Since I got away from the city a little bit, the air has cooled off a little bit. It's still a little warm, mid-80s. This time of year, the humidity is starting to increase. You can feel that. And with the humidity, hopefully will come some monsoon storms, which cools it off. Hope so. Again, not a cloud in the sky, so I don't think there's much chance of it today. They did have a little thunderstorm activity up in the northeast and the north yesterday. So hopefully that's a positive sign. They need the rain. Actually, I'm headed kind of northeast right now, so it's beautiful. You can still see in the distance, see the lights in some of the houses, so it's that time of morning. Pretty soon, the way the light hits the mountains is going to be real cool. They're going to light up. Still a little, not quite dark enough for my shield. I'm going to try it anyway. There, that's better. I got my dark shield on. I don't have the split shield with the external sun shield on today. Mostly in the summertime, I just leave the dark shield on unless I plan on going somewhere at night. The Arai has that feature which allows it to remain Snell rated. This is a 2015 Snell rating on this helmet. It's a Defiant Pro Cruise, and the external sunscreen goes over the outside of your shield, and you can raise it up as a visor. Which actually works pretty good if you get to that certain sun angle where it's kind of like above your line of vision. It kind of gives you like almost like the tinting in your car, which is pretty cool. I did buy the extended shield. They make one that's 10 millimeters longer, and that really makes a difference in the way it cuts off across the screen. Again, I don't have it on today. I'm using just the dark tinted shield. Speaking of helmets, I did buy another helmet and set it all up for my motovlogging too. I bought an Arai DTX helmet, and they were at a closeout, and they actually had my size, so I picked that up. It was a smoking deal. It was literally half of what they cost new when they were first introduced, but it is brand new, and I went through the whole Amazon thing and bought my mounts and everything. I did not take it this morning because I don't have a dark shield, and it's pretty much necessary here in Arizona to have that sunscreen. My glasses do not change because of the polarization in the lenses. My transitions don't change, so which is another reason that I went and ordered some prescription sunglasses that are being made right now. So anyway, so then I'll be using that helmet as well. I probably did not need another premium helmet, but hey, you know, it gives me a choice. It gives me a choice. So anyway, you can't pass up the really good deals when you find them. Anywho, now we're starting to get the sun up, peeking up over the mountains, lighting up the desert in color. Very pretty out right now. McDowell Mountains off to the left, catching the first rays of the rising sun here. It's weird when you get out here in the desert and the sun is either going down or rising, you'll see people's mirrored windows from 40 miles away lighting up like a searchlight. It's kind of a bizarre. Wow, that's bright. That is bright. Well, the sun is up now. The heater is on. That's really bright. I'm going to cut off this video so that I'm not roasting everybody's eyeballs. It makes it a little hard to see. Anyway, Randy T-Bird, back with you soon. Hey, it's Randy T-Bird. Coming into the burned area on 87. It's been a week or two since the fire was mostly contained. I don't even think it's completely out yet, but still see the smoke haze in the air from the pockets of fire they haven't got out. As you can see, it's burned right up to the saguaros in the desert. I'm hoping these saguaros will survive. Some of these things are 100+ years old, and it gets worse as you go farther up. It's pretty depressing. There's lots of ash, and the whole mountainsides are burned. You can smell it in the air. It just smells like, well, it smells like a fire. If you've ever been around a forest or range fire, that sweet smell of the desert is masked by this ash and smoke. I'm going to pull into the trailhead up here ahead, and this is actually the mild part of it. It is way worse farther up north. Now they've got the road down to 1 lane, so I'm not going to head up that way this morning. Traffic has been real slow according to the news, and been bad. But a lot of the beauty has been scorched. I'm pulling into the trailhead now. It's closed. They've closed the off-road area because of the fire. Four Peaks Road is closed. God knows when that'll ever open up again. Well, now I'm not sure that it's closed. It may still be open there. Anyway, it looks like the fire jumped the road here. No, it's closed. Very sad, very sad. I'll park here and walk around. I guess there's some stair, but you can look off in the distance there, and you can see the mountainsides have burned. It's just frustrating. So this area will be closed for a long time. Coming up to the signs that they've got on the gates closed. It says till July 31st. It's prohibitive. Bushfire, public safety closed. Very bad. Very bad. I don't know if you can see because of the sun glare, but it's burned here and there. As I said, it gets worse farther up, and as you can see, it burned right all through here. Some of the plants out here are pretty resilient, and fire, I guess, is somewhat of a natural thing when you don't have people setting it on fire themselves. Anyway, this is Randy T-Bird. I hate to come to you with such a bummer, but you know, I love this area out here, and if you compare some of my older videos that I did earlier this year and last summer with what it looks like now, you'll see why I'm so upset. You can look at the hillside in the distance is all blackened. Again, I hope the saguaros survive it. When we came down here last weekend on our way back, we were in the truck, and the wind was blowing really hard last weekend, and what looked like columns of smoke was actually dust devils made of ash that were just spiraling up into the sky. The roads that were cut back there, they just look like scars now because there's no foliage around them, just burned completely off. There is some left here, and people in their garbage again still. But apparently this whole thing was started by a vehicle fire that somebody walked away from, and really bad. Anyway, Randy T-Bird coming to you from Arizona. There's still a lot left of my favorite part of the world here, but some of my most common areas now are burned. So anyway, I hope you all have a safe 4th of July, and you stay safe from the virus. I will talk to you again, and hopefully with a more cheerful video. This is Randy T-Bird. Please remember to subscribe and like my videos. I sure do appreciate it. Subscribers now hit 165 as of this morning, so I hope that I'm doing stuff that you like. So, take care. Hey, I just wanted to show more of the burned area here coming down. I'm not going into the sun right now, so this area here, as you can see, it jumped the road, and it has scorched the bases of the saguaros, and it's burned off a lot of the grass and the undergrowth here in the desert, the manzanitas. It's hard to describe the scope of this fire. It's literally just along the highway itself, and it goes over 40 miles. 193,000 acres. That's huge. It's the 5th largest fire in Arizona history, and yeah, the stench is pretty awful. Nothing smells worse than burned vegetation, I think. But this is pretty far down into the desert. It is so tinder dry out here that anything can start a fire, or anything from people dragging a chain to careless people in their cigarettes throwing out their windows. Never understood that, why you would do that, but I guess it's because I'm not a smoker. But you can just see the white ash that's here. It's probably mixed with some of the fire retardant chemicals that the aircraft put over the area. But this is burned down almost to the, well, it did burn all the way down to the Bush Highway, and to give you a feel for that, it's about 40 miles from Phoenix. It's Highway 87 acted as a barrier for a while, but then it jumped back there around the Sycamore Creek area where I did a little video earlier. You can see there's still patches of the burned areas down here approaching the Bush Highway. Farther up 87, I've done some videos where you go up this long hill, the last long hill before you drop down into the desert again, and the low desert, and that whole mountainside is burned. Again, I did not go back up there this morning because the traffic is down to one lane, and the Forestry Service does not want people gawking and doing things like that because they're still mopping up hot spots. So right about here is where most of it stopped. There might be the odd burned area here and there here. So this is back to what it looked like before. Well, you can still see some on the hillsides there, here south of the Bush Highway. They got some expensive houses here, so I'm sure the firefighters spared no effort and expense in saving houses, you know. The desert burns, but the houses remain. My thoughts on that is you could rebuild a house. The desert will never be what it was. Same thing with forests and whatever. You always hear about structures. Structures. Yeah, well, that's not natural. The forest is natural. So, you know, and all apologies to anyone who has lost property in these big fires. You know, it's a tragedy, but again, you can rebuild. And I realize it isn't easy, but you can't rebuild the natural world. Once it's lost, it's lost. Looks like no more burned area here now. So anyway, Randy T-Bird, just filling in a little bit more video this morning, and headed down to get some gas. 6:15 in the AM. The air is still a little bit cool. Hopefully it stays that way for a little bit longer. Stay out for a couple hours and then head back. It's going to be 109 or 10 today. So anyway, Randy T-Bird. Talk to you later.